Hello there. It's a very common issue that migrating MySQL database to SQL Server for the software engineer who are continuously integrating different applications from one database to another database. So today I'm gonna show you how to migrate your SQL database to SQL Server. So for that you need two software. One is MySQL Connector ODBC. So I already have installed it in my machine. So for that I'm just showing you how you to find the links. So go to there, the archive, then you'd be able to see a lot of bit versions, 64 bits, 32 bits. So according to your machines, download MySQL product, download MySQL connector ODBC. Then you have to install SSMA. You have to download and install SQL Server Migration Assistance for MySQL. Okay, probably this one, yeah. Make sure before downloading that the version is in Migration Assistant 8.7 for MySQL. Download and install it. Okay, after completion of the installment, then you can see Microsoft SQL Migration Assistant for MySQL. Right click on. Okay, so here from open a new project, name it SQL migration to migrate to you can select the SQL Server. My SQL Server is 2017, so here I've selected 2017. Okay, alright, so now you can see directly two connections. One is MySQL and another is an SQL Server. Go to the MySQL. So here once you have installed and download and installed MySQL connector ODBC, you will definitely see the driver is automatically selected by the software, and now you have to give the server name, local server, a server port and username and password. So here you can see all the database that is in my MySQL workbench here already is being grabbed by the SQL Server Migration Assistant. So today I'm gonna migrate dev database to SQL Server. So I need to select it and uncheck all the servers that is already selected. Okay, select dev database, which is my targeted database to migrate it to SQL Server. Okay, so you can see the database, this database that I want to migrate. So now go to the connection to SQL Server, and you have to put your server name here and the database name that you want to migrate. So I'm gonna test 1 Windows authentication. Make sure that you check the trust server certification. So connect. So this is asking in the SQL Server database there is no test database created, so it is asking me to create that database named test1. So I want this to be created. Yes, continue. Before that, I'm gonna show that I want this database to be migrated to SQL Server. So here in this database there are three tables: course, teacher, and teacher has courses. And in the course, select, there are two courses, and in the teacher table there are one column of data. All right. It will take several minutes to run. Okay, now the database is successfully created. Open it up. Now you can see test1 database. Alright, select it and select the database. Okay, convert schema. The schema is converted. Now refresh the database. Okay, so test false. Synchronize the database. Make sure that you have selected dev database and also test database before clicking on the synchronization. So database and local metadata. Open it up. See the schema. Alright. Okay. Alright. So now the schema is generated in the test database. Now uncheck it and click it. Migrate data. Alright, migration is completed. Now go to the SQL Server. Connect it. Open the database. You can see the database test1 is already created here and the tables. Okay, dev database.course. Okay, if you can remember from the MySQL workbench database, there was a course table. So here, in the same way, in the test database there is a course table and two column of data, and the teacher table. In the same way, one data is being migrated from MySQL dev database to SQL Server test database. Alright.